Hi there, and welcome back to chapter 4, where I show some bonus content on the medieval building. So we applied the plaster in combination with an extra UV layer, and this is a quick render, so you can see how that worked out on the side. And I'm really happy. So now we focus on a low poly version of the building that we can use in a game engine like Unity. And the reason why you want to have a low poly version is that game engines need low versions because everything is real time. For example, if I make a render of this building, it takes around 2 minutes to render it. It depends on how high the resolution is, but it takes some time. In a game engine, you want, for example, 40 frames per second. That's 40 renders in 1 second. That's insane. So that means you want to have as less vertices as possible. If we take a look how many vertices there are for this building, we can see there are over more than 15,000. Well, for an advanced building or for a building like this, it's not extreme, but I want to lower this to an amount of 6,000 or 7,000. Yeah, that's that should be a great thing. And you can still use this in the game engine, but as the highest resolution as possible. So if you're close to your building, you want this version. But if you are far away, you don't want to see all these details. So that's what we're going to do. And you call that LOD, level of detail. Very important to know. So before I start making the low poly version, I just want to change one more thing. If we take a look at this building and we go to the material, you can see that the roof still doesn't have a texture. And well, that's pretty bad. So I want to change that. So I switch to vertex mode. I select the top vertices. Yes. And check, double check. I do not select the wrong ones. Okay. Well, maybe the front ones. Deselect. Same for these. Deselect. Okay. And you scroll them a bit upwards like this. So you can apply texture. And the texture I want to use is the one we use for the chimney, the ceiling too. It's right there. So what we do is go to the face mode. Still a bit of texture work in this lecture. In this case, it's an important step. All right. No, we do not want these. Come on. Yes, that one, and you, and you, and you. Okay, so apply these to the ceiling, assign, make a UV map, project from view, go to the UV editor, ceiling, yeah, and scale it. So it's covered the whole texture. Okay, if we go back to the material, yeah, a bit more or less. It depends on how you want it looks. It looks a bit dark, so go to the node editor. Yes, and add a color mix RGB, putting it right there. Make this solid black. Yes, and now it's merging very well with the roof. Okay, we're ready to go. So what we do, we copy this building and put it in another layer. So move this sun a little bit. B, select everything, Shift D, M, and put it in that layer below. All right, now we go to this layer and we want to join everything, but I will show you what happens if we join all the objects. So we want one single object. Control J. It makes a sort of a, well, it looks pretty cool, but it's using the mirror modifiers and it changed the building. And I have to say, I've never had such a nice duplicate of this, but we do not want this. Control Z, and it's because it's using modifiers like mirror. We need to apply it. So that one as well. Apply, apply, and on the rear side as well. And that should remove all the modifiers. Okay, so again, we want to have this one single object. Control J. Okay, material. If nothing is changed, check how the scale is. Should be a little bit wrong. Control A, rotation and scale. All right. How we want it. Setting the scale to 1 is very important. So, all right. So 15,000 vertices. And for example, if you are far away, you do not care about these nice beavers. And this building is full of it. So there is a trick that you can do this. And that is adding a decimate modifier. So click on planner and increase the angle size till it's going to do very weird things. Yeah, there it is. So you want a version, this is okay, but you don't want this. This is the limit. Okay, let's go for this. And if you really hate this right there, you can turn this back or find a way. And it has now 6,000 vertices. I think we should do this. Go for it, apply. And after this decimate action, we take a look how it looks. And most of it looks pretty solid, but we can see some artifacts right there. The bevel is broken. And I think we can do some more optimization. We now have 6,000 vertices, 6,500. So add it again, decimate, and use the collapse. And we lower the ratio till it starts breaking. And it's very good visible over there. If I lower them, they start. So I think we keep this version. Yeah, we have some of the details. Okay, but the bevel is removed everywhere. So look at that. It's 2,300 vertices. All right. Well, a very nice low poly version. And also remove all the materials. Yeah, add a new one and call this the low poly bake. So this runs like 6 times faster than the previous building. And when we apply the bake, including a specular map, a diffuse map, and a normal map, you still have the high resolution details from the high poly version, what we have right there. So if we turn on the materials, this building has all the details, and we're going to map these details on the low poly version. All right, well, see you in the next lecture where we continue with the baking process. Okay, bye-bye.